Well, welcome to the Empty Skull Ranch on a fine, fine afternoon. I figured what time better than now to introduce you guys to this old bone. All right. All righty. Well, let's take a little look at this guy. Mostly, Husqvarna is known for these guys, but this guy kind of needs its recoil brake replaced, so that is on the list of things to do. This has been a faithful chainsaw for a long time. I really enjoy their product. I tried deviating to another brand for a little bit, but I always go back to these. These guys got to be 30 years old and they're still running. But anyway, getting a little bit off track here, huh? Anyway, this guy right here is the Husqvarna Nitro. It's chambered 308, 762, 51, and fires both reliably. It's got a your typical Mauser style action. We got an empty shell in there. How'd that stay? Anyway, but as you can see, if you want to creep on over here, it has got a modified Mauser style action. Is that cutaway right here is definitely Mauser style, and just a little simplified. It doesn't have the safety on the bolt itself. The safety is actually down here, so you can safe, fire, safe, fire. Kind of handy, and it's got your typical loading system, 5 rounds in here, and you got your quick release for your anti-jam clearing area. But it's also got your buckhorn sights right here that can fold down, and your typical post in the front here. This is actually a decent little rifle. Well, I shouldn't say little, the thing is kind of long, but it has been a very faithful performer in my arsenal. And every now and again, I'll take her out and see what she's got. Maybe we'll do some shots from a little bit further away on this one, kind of give it a chance to. We only have about 100 yards here, so we'll have to work with that. We'll make do. But either way, we'll get a chance to see how she performs. I recently sighted in the scope. It's nothing really special. It's just I don't even know what I think it's there it is, fully coated. It says it here somewhere. I know it did. Yeah. This is a Simmons scope. Nothing really fancy, but she does the job. It is pretty well sighted in, plus or minus a little bit, but it'll get the job done. I don't know if we're at sub MOA here, but it sure is a shooter. But you'll notice too, on the stock itself, it's got this handy dandy little cheek rest on it. The rise of the scope is a little tall to actually use the full benefit of it, but it is a nice fitting stock. I do feel like they committed a little bit of time into making sure that their stocks came out pretty nice. Some of them have really beautifully matched walnut stalks with different accents, different inlays in them. But Husqvarna as a company, they started producing motorcycles in 1903, mostly the enduro style dirt bike motorcycles, but they were pretty good at it. They began getting a lot of notoriety in the motocross racing stage. And also, a little bit later on, they started producing lawnmowers in 1918. And mostly notable for is their chainsaws, which the production of chainsaws began in 1959, which is coincidentally the year that this lovely lady was built. She's going to be nice one day. In addition to the production of chainsaws, they also started the anti-vibe system 10 years after the inception of the chainsaw, at least on their behalf. But the anti-vibe system was patented in 1969. So, but in total, they began their quest in 1689 as a weapons foundry and produced weapons for about 300 years until they came out with their shotguns, which I do know that their shotguns are a little bit more popular than their rifles. But along the way, they had a lot of, they produced sewing machines in 1872, and kind of a progressive company. They actually hired the first woman to their board of directors. I believe her name was Lil Wettergren. Swedish names, cheeky Swedes. I'm a proud Finn myself, so we're just across the pond from them. But 1689, can you imagine? Company's been around that long, and yes, it is the one and the same company that does produce the chainsaws. But before we get too long-winded on this explanation part, let's see if we can put some lead on some clays. We got some downrange there, so we're gonna try to give it hell. All right. All right, we'll see how zeroed this thing really is. So let's load some of these bad Larrys into it. So let's bring this guy back and get some lead in. 308's a real thumper. These guys have been around for quite some time. It's pretty well shooting around, and they use it a lot in the obviously in the competitive shooting arena. And it's kind of like the same as a 30-06, but 30-06 just has a little bit more space in the case. Space in the case. Anyway, yeah, it's got a little bit more space in the case, but these guys get the job done. Ballistically, you got me. I haven't looked at the ballistics on a 308 in a while, but it gets downrange. So let's see if we can break some clays with this. And I also got a couple of fire extinguishers down there as well. All right. Starting off with that little white fire extinguisher. Let's see if we can put one on that. Yeah, I think we did. That one for a ride. I think it's still smoking off in the distance there. All right, let's go for some of them clays. Maybe that one right on the barrel. The one ground level at the seam of the barrel should be, let's see how on the scope is. Well, it hit in the area. That's for sure. Let's see if we can try for the other fire extinguisher. That one's been long since discharged. It's 1984. I got them from a good buddy of mine. So let's see if we can put one right on it. Would help if I chambered one, huh? Alrighty. Yeah, knocked it down. That first one had a nice display for us. So let's go for, see if I can hit it while it's down. Looks like something came out of it. And let's try for that frozen on clay on the top of that barrel. Oh, hit just below it. I felt that one go askew. All right, we're going to try for a couple freestanding here without the aid of the bean bags and see how that goes. We'll try for that guy in the hoop. That's a dangler. She's a moving. in the vicinity. So I got a vendetta against that dangler in the hoop. I am going to find a way to get that guy. Oh, she's a laughing at me. All right. Last round. See if we can put it right on that dangler. Huh. Well, that's one way of getting it. Figured that was a perfect time to introduce everybody to the Empty Skull shooting turret. This is at exactly 100 yards from the range over there from the backstop. I measured it out with the surveyor's wheel. But this is where we're going to do some of the videos for the scoped rifles, a little bit longer range stuff, as far as we can at the ranch. Maybe I'll, in the future, try to extend the range out a little bit so we can get some more long distance shots. But at least it gives a little bit of a feel where we can test some of these scopes out. But let's try the old Husqvarna Nitro from up here. So, those fire extinguishers were pretty fun. I enjoyed those. Maybe we'll get some more stuff like that, try some shaving cream cans or some other interactive targets in the future. But I got to do a little bit more sighting in on the scope on this. It's a decent scope. I noticed from that range, we even got our bench a little bit right there. So definitely introducing the Empty Skull shooting turret, which was a repurposed swing set. Yes, only only the Empty Skull Rancher can take a child's plaything, an item of joy, and turn it into that. Anyway, so basically, this video is a salute to Husqvarna and the products they have made throughout the years, starting in 1689, 334 years of production. Sewing machines, dirt bikes, rifles, shotguns, and anti-vibe chainsaws, which is a notable one because it appeared in a very specific movie. Yes, the use of Husqvarna chainsaws in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But anyway, conclusion, the Husqvarna Nitro chambered in 308. Decent little rifle, Mauser action, can't go wrong there. Reliable, just overall a decent gun. I'm proud to have it in my collection. So, till next time, I will see you guys again.